Good morning, cyber traders, and welcome back on this lovely Wednesday. And it is going to be a short week. Remember, we were off on Monday for some of you, so things are starting to pick up. We had a little correction yesterday, but things still worked out pretty well. The afternoon started kicking in. Looking forward to talk about some of the big winners. You can see right now the Dow is up right now, and it's not up a lot, but you know what? My watch list is green. I mean, that's a good thing. That looks really, really nice. And there was some really nice stocks that we traded yesterday. And if you were in my class yesterday in phase 3, the afternoon, like always, the last 10 minutes was the most exciting part. And we're going to talk about that for some of you that are not students or you missed out on it, what we traded and how well we did on some of these trades. Because out of all the stocks that ran, only one was the most exciting, best winner of them all, and you're going to really enjoy that. So before we do that, let's talk about what we got going on today. So this week, today is our podcast, and I'm going to have we're having Scott, right? Scott Pugliese, okay, and he's going to be coming on, another famous trader, guru. He's going to be coming on at 11 o'clock, so don't miss that. We will be broadcasting live on social media. So if you're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, we're going to have that. Definitely do not want to miss that event. And then also I have class going back. Today is the last lesson of phase 3 of lesson 3 and 4. So I'll be teaching the morning. Josh would teach the afternoon. And then next week, I think everyone saw it. I will be in Toronto. So if you're in the area, come down and see me. I am going to do 2 events. I'm going to do a traders challenge, which I'm really excited to do. I think you guys are going to love that, to see me live trade with somebody. They're still trying to find, I don't know who I'm going to compete, who I'm competing against, but looking forward to that. And on Saturday, I'm going to do a workshop. So if you can't be there on Friday, at least be there on Saturday. And you can also be able to watch the webcast that we're going to post. So make sure you are registered for it. And then I will be in Orlando in October. But before we start going through the watch list, because there are a couple of nice little stocks that are moving, this STI is moving up really, really nicely. It was an afternoon runner. It ran from $3 all the way up to about $5. Stock is up to $8. This stock is definitely going on the watch list, okay? And but there are other ones out there. Got to get our legal pad ready right here. A nice little one. It's too big to put on my desk, the big one. So the little one always works out. So that will be there. I'll be volunteering to trade it against you. There you go, Andrea. All right. There we go. Look forward to seeing you there, Andrea. And it's been, when's the last time I saw you there? When's the last time we saw each other? It's got to be, what, 2 years, 3 years, I think? I know you're supposed to meet me there last year. All right. So look forward to seeing you there. Anyway, let's go through what we traded yesterday, because there were a lot of good stocks. STI, okay, there it is. That's the one that moved yesterday. It's going on this morning. HWH, there we go. That one was ridiculous, unbelievable. There was a merger going on with the stock. It was on the morning watch list, but didn't really do anything. It started around $2.50. Look at this stock. What a whopping runner. $2.50 up to $7 a trade. Great run up. A lot of you guys did really well on it. Even when you were done at 10:30, we were trading it in the morning hours. But even after 10:30, the thing still ran from $4 up to $7. We traded the stock in class. So if you want to see how we got into it, we also sold it. We ended up buying it back after it broke $4. So, listen, Monday was one of those days when you come back from a holiday, you don't want to you get too cocky and too greedy. But apparently this thing still did really well. So we got in, we got out, we got in, we got out. And then all of a sudden, what you learn in class is that these stocks were not that volatile, but then all of a sudden they got very volatile. So we went from like category 2 to like a category 4, almost hit a 5 at one point. But anyway, great run up, great stock. I think you guys some of you did really well on it, and congratulations. But don't worry, there's plenty of other ones out there, right? There was a lot of them. ARWR, fat fingers. ARWR. There we go. ARWR, another nice slow mover. It was a little bit more expensive, but this stock ran from 23 to 25. Open, oh my God, Open just does not stop. Open was one of the stocks that we found in the afternoon. Really nice runner. Early morning, ran from 420 up to 480. And then it was trading at the highs right around 230, ran from like 480 all the way up to about 520. You could see here on the swing trade, it's been fabulous. $2 to $5. Great swing trade, great day trade. Everything was just excellent. This is for later, not Macy's. Soons was the runner yesterday. Okay. Soons is going back on the watch list. This is the one that we caught going into the afternoon. So you could see right here. Let me blow this up so you guys could see this a little better. So anyway, this stock right here, here's 2:30, right? We started class right around 3 o'clock, right? That's when we did the afternoon meeting. And then we saw this thing quick peek up right here. But look, everyone's got this mouse pad. By the way, if you come into Toronto and you come visit me, if you're a student, you're going to get one. All right. So you could see here the last 30 minutes was like the best time to trade. And then sure enough, look what happened. Right there at 3:30 kicked in. Stock ran from 12.90 and did not stop to 13.50. Almost a dollar run. If you got half, let's say 50 cents on 1,000, there is your six-figure salary in 30 minutes time. And it still looks pretty strong. This stock was not only a good swing trade, day trade, but it was a great swing trade. You could see here, this is something you also learn in our training program. When you get to the third day of a green bar, that's usually a good sign for the stock to go higher. Same thing when you get to the third red bar, that's when you know it's stock to get out. So you can see right here on the third bar, the stock did well and started breaking out. Great run up. Congratulations, anyone who got into it. That was a great one. Two other stocks I want to talk about. There was a couple of good shorts. ALTS was a great short yesterday. And we had CRCL. Okay. So anyway, that's CRCL. A lot of you remember this one too. Great stock, IPO. Everyone was freaking out about this stock. One of the Bitcoin, the Bitcoin companies anyway. $75 ran to about 120, shot up to a whopping $300. Great short squeeze. And then obviously you can see how the stock is now starting to come back down. Now things just keeps going lower and lower and lower. Almost like the Fig trade. Remember Fig? Fig went all the way to 120, came all the way back down. Finally, it broke down. Once it broke this 80, it's pretty much done. So that's why you got to be careful. A couple of you say, I see a program trading and soon was pretty cool. Wasn't Alicia? Alicia saw that and was talking about it regarding in class. We saw what program trading was all about. It was a really, really cool image that we had there. And it kicked in like the last 2 minutes, right? You saw like those orders starting to stack up. That's pretty cool. Use my handy dandy CTO mouse pad as we speak. There you go, Lita. Lita's got one sitting right on her desk. You know what? It's the discipline. It's the discipline mouse pad. You need the discipline. Rich, by the way, could you, if anyone here wants to buy one, why don't we post up the link really quick? If anyone here is interested in getting the mouse pad, just go out there and click on it if you're not going to be in the area. All right. Now, in the meantime, when we do that, let's go do our shopping right now. So we got we're going to come back to MBTY. I always like to start off with the New York Stock Exchange stocks. So we got the BTBD that's moving excellent this morning. All right. So BTBD, beautiful run up, 24 million shares. Stock is, look at this stock. Started around 8:45 this morning. Went to, I put this in the chat. I saw this pop early and then all of a sudden it came back down. But by the time I posted, it was somewhere right around here, 370. She started coming back down. She finally kind of flattened out and boom, now she's starting to break out at just $4. Nice little move, up 128%. I'm thinking it's going to probably be a category 3, maybe, be really careful of that one. STI, we already know about. That's on the watch list. All right. Here's another one. AIHS, nice move, but it's just kind of flat right here. Stock took a very big hit here long-term, ran from 16 all the way back down. You can see here, got destroyed one of the first days up. AIHS, nice little move, cheap. Big buyers out here. Tier size are coming up. 28 million shares. Perfect. This stock gapped up. She's on a downtrend now. We're going to scratch that one. Not what we're looking for. LPTH. Good, decent volume. I don't like when it's a rainbow like this. Okay. There's not a lot of good spread there. So it's okay. It's moving up really nicely. I like that. It's making new highs. So I'm going to put that on the watch list. APDN, another nice little stock that's moving up pretty nicely. A lot of you remember this. We traded a couple of days ago. We went from $2 to $10. It was a great short squeeze, but she's back up again. All right. So APDN, nice little stock right there. 20%. This one's been trending down since 7 o'clock. Could make a comeback after, but we're going to pass on that one. We don't want to make our list too long. GLLL, expensive, nice push ETF. We know about the ETFs. We don't really see iceberg orders as well on that one. All right, that pretty much does it. Once we break 10%, losers, nothing really there that jumps out at me. As always, NBY is going on the watch list. We've talked about this already. Nice little push. Great run from yesterday. Another push up again. This stock was at $1. It's almost hit $3. It's up 300%, not only on the day trade, but on the swing trade. It's been fabulous. Macy's, I don't know what this is all about. Did they come out with earnings? But Macy's obviously moving up. Just be careful. Macy's, it's not the easiest stock to trade. It's not the easiest one. URG, good volume, good spread. Not really doing too much in pre-market. Pass on that one. Now, there are a couple other stocks that are moving pretty well. Now, we'll talk about a couple of brand name stocks. So, SMR is doing really well. That was a nice nuclear stock. We talked about this in class. It was a great swing trade. I'm in it. I don't know if anyone else got it. It's been doing great. I love the stock. Finally came back down from 52 down to 30. So if you missed out on the rally when we watched it this way, there's always opportunities to buy it. Zip is going up too. That one just keeps breaking out. It's another one of our swing trades that are doing pretty well. Going to put those up. ZEPP. We have the nuclear stocks, SMR. Okay, that one's doing pretty well. And what else that we had that's doing pretty well? Google's doing really well. Google won a lawsuit, but Google won a lawsuit. It's up pretty big, Google, but we never traded Google. You know, Google is that one of those stocks, the fabulous sevens. We kind of stay away from that much. It's kind of hard to trade that stock. I know Apple. I don't know if Apple benefited from it also. So they came out with some pretty big news too. You know, they did pretty well in August. You know, you can see went from 200. It's almost at 240. That's a pretty decent move. Almost like 14%, 10% move right there. But they're very hard to trade. They're very hard to trade with iceberg orders and everything else. We also got a little bit of push in IBIT. Okay, so anyone here trade ETFs are doing well. And gold. Gold is doing well. Some of the ETFs, GLD. This is gold, the Gold Trust. Gold is doing excellent. I don't know if anyone here got the gold stock, but gold is breaking all-time highs. You know, something about, you know, with the, not with the inflation, but there was something else, the reason why they liked it so much. But you could see here, gold, this is the ETF. This is not the bullion, but I actually own some coins. I think I told you about the story about this a while ago. You know, being in Canada, I bought a bunch of gold and silver when I used to do trade shows. And I lost money, you know, I did great. I lost, but I made it all back. And now I'm up pretty big. So I think I own gold at like 1,600, you know, 1,500, I think I own it at. So I'm doing pretty well with it. It did drop down to like 1,100. I was like, oh my God, this really sucks. But gold is doing absolutely great from the beginning of the year, 250 up to 320. Those also doing pretty nicely. Yes, Lynn and Randy, Google's that way. They're keeping the Chrome. Court ruled on them. They were trying to break Google up too, because the monopoly. I don't know if they wanted to sell off the YouTube version of it, but it really is a monopoly. I don't know what they did or who they paid off, how they got that. But listen, at the end of the day, we all know they're definitely a monopoly. All right, let's get ready for the market open up. Doing well with silver too. Silver's not doing, you know, CM on YouTube. You know what it is? I own silver, and it really took off a long time ago because I owned that like $11. Remember, it went to 50, and then it came back down. So it's not doing as great as gold is doing, I think, percentage wise. But hopefully, silver should be catching up. Hopefully, that'd be great if it does, because I own a shitload of silver. Okay, that I did buy a lot of it because it was cheap back then. Think about it. You pay $11 a coin for silver versus $1,600 for a gold coin. You could buy a lot of silver, if you know what I mean. All right, let's get ready for the market open up. We got classes coming up. Can we post up the link for you got the class link? And if anybody here wants to buy the mouse pad, let's post that link up for everyone else. And don't forget, today at 11 o'clock, we have the podcast. And for some of you here that want to join us, there's the QR code that I'm posting up on social media. It's you got the email address also. If you don't have a phone next to you, go to www.ctu.co.free. Okay, if you want to join us. And also for everybody, let's wish Josh happy birthday, Josh. Virgo, just like me. You know, that's one of the reasons why I liked him. But at first, so he told me when his birthday was, I'm like, you know what, you're hired. You know, so happy birthday, buddy. I appreciate it. Good for you. And mine's the 18th. So gotta love the Virgos. All right. One thing we have a lot in common. Great personalities. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you in class. Don't go anywhere. And if you're watching on social media, like I said, you can always join our trading floor if you want to meet us. And don't forget today at 11 o'clock Eastern time, we got the big podcast coming on. All right. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.